up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be your review of P Valley, season 1, episode 7. Yeah, 7. So we start this episode off. We have Autumn looking like she ready to say her goodbyes, ready to pack it up and leave. Um, we see Uncle Clifford and Patrice. They're out there working. They're getting this petition signed. They're, riling up the crew. And, Uncle Clifford did exactly what I thought Uncle Clifford was going to do. He went to get Patrice because he know she's a good mouthpiece. Not so much that she's so respected and all of that, but she can move a crowd. Like, if you think about what she did in that jail and how she turned, once Mercedes told her side of the story, how the whole jail was looking at her side eye, and then by the time she got done preaching, she had the whole jail cell back in her corner, except for Mercedes, of course. So that's what he wants her for. She's sort of respectable. She is a respectable part of, society, and he knows he needs that. And so they're out there trying to, rally up the people and get their petition signed and everything. And that damn Uncle Clifford, why he looking like a cross between Angela Davis and a Huey P. Newton, honey? I said, you better get your damn Black Panther on, honey. So while he's doing that, now we down to the mayor's office, and the brothers, Corbin's brothers, freaking frack, they done went down to the mayor because they are pissed off because of this land leasing deal. And they were like, listen, this ain't what we agreed to. This isn't what you told us. This ain't what you promised. And he was like, listen, I understand. I didn't know that the deal had changed either. But you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. The deal done changed. We're going to have to make it do what it do. So, yeah. And they were like, when they went to go look at the contract, they saw it and they were like, Corbin already signed this? And he was like, yeah, he signed it this morning. And yeah, they were not happy about that at all. So they left. They signed, because what they going to do at this point? But they left, and Uncle, the mayor started digging into Andre's ass, and he was like, listen, I made promises to people, and because you out here making side deals, back deals, no deals, you got me out here looking crazy, and now I gotta pay for the shit you doing. And Andre, kind of went off on him and was like, basically, you out here making shicey deals, because of course he didn't tell Goddaddy that man put a gun to his head, and that he was kind of on some get back, which I feel like he probably should have told him. Not that I think that the mayor was in a position to do anything different, but at least maybe he would have kind of understood. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. But he was like, he told him, he said, listen, let me explain something to you. He said, Shucka Lisa has a literacy rate that's such and such and such. Our unemployment rate is such and such and such. We're in the middle of the Bible Belt. People ain't trying to do anything different than what they've always done. They ain't trying to say anything different that they've always saw. And I'm here trying to make people's life better. They don't know they need it, but that's what I'm doing. Like, yeah, I might be getting a little something out the deal too. But please understand that I am trying to make this a better place for my city. And, after he gave his little speech, you kind of feel like, what, you're right. You're right. Like, at the end of the day, it kind of goes back to what I said about Andre, where the end, he's not a bad person. He's doing bad things, but he's doing it for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's sort of the same thing with the uncle. Now, the uncle's shicey, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I think he truly does want to help the city. I just think that he feels like he's entitled to get a piece of the action, right? So then we see Uncle Clifford, he pulls up to his house, and who's sitting on his porch is Corbin. Corbin got his ass beat. His brothers then went and whooped his ass. And from the conversation between him and Uncle Clifford, it seemed like that happens a lot. That his brothers, this ain't the first time his brothers done whooped his ass, and this ain't the first time he just shown up on Uncle Clifford's porch, it seems like. But Corbin is there to confront Uncle Clifford. He was like, yo, why? Oh, let me rewind a little bit. So while Andre and the mayor are getting into it, his assistant runs in there. Of course, we know who the assistant is now, his secretary, whoever. And he was like, they were supposed to be going to the ribbon cutting for his new park, right? That's where they down there having the rally, and they've canceled this ribbon cutting ceremony because now everybody's pissed off about this casino that ain't nobody know nothing about. So the mayor's even more pissed off, and he tells Andre, he said, let me explain something to you. He said, we're going to get this deal done, and then I don't even really want to fuck with you no more. He also laid him out about, we learned a little bit more in that exchange, too, that Andre is from there, and that the mayor really helped take care of him financially, not so much emotionally. And he said, you know, who you think paid for Morehouse? Like, who you think, when your parents fell short and the money was getting funny, who you think they came to? So he was like, you know, don't stand on your high horse looking down on me, because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you are. So they had a moment. And again, you know, you start to feel a little some kind of way, like, it's more to all of this. But he told him, he said, listen, first of all, I don't even know how everybody know about this damn casino. Like, you have blown this whole situation. So at the end of the day, we're going to get this deal done, and then, like, it's a wrap. Like, I'm done with you. Like, you going back to Atlanta and do what you do. So when Corbin is talking to Uncle Clifford, Corbin is like, so what's up with you out here protesting against the damn casino? And, you know, Uncle Clifford was like, shit, I want what you got. He said, at the end of the day, you got money. You got a deal. They treat me like shit. And he was like, because ain't nobody gonna pay you for something they can get for free. Like, you fucking up my deal, and you done lost the pink. Like, let it go, because you fucking up my money. And, you know, Uncle Clifford was like, but what happens if, he said, but what about me? Like, basically, we done been through too much together for you to really be dismissing me like this. And Corbin was like, listen, at the end of the day, I got to take care of me and mine. And I'm going to need you to go sit down, shut up, stop talking, so I can get this deal done. And Uncle Clifford was like, so basically, you don't give a fuck about me. You don't care about my situation. It's only about you. And Corbin was like, yeah. So Uncle Clifford told him, he said, let me tell you something. Get your ass from up off my porch. And don't ever come down to my club again. He said, next time you want to get your ass whipped, go let your brothers do it, okay? Don't come to the Pink no more. Now, mind you, this is the last night of the Pink, because the thing go up on auction the next day. But it don't matter. He told him, don't you bring your ass down to my club no more. And I feel bad, because I feel like they really did have a friendship. I feel like their friendship has gone back years and years and years. So I kind of feel bad that it kind of went down like that. But it is what it is, honey. It is what it is. So, down to the Pink. Lil Murda is getting ready for his debut. It's Murder Night. Remember, I don't know if I said that much last week, but Mississippi done got, you know, she done got Mercedes Sunday Night Spot, and she got Lil Murda. It's supposed to be Lil Murda Sundays. Murda gonna be rapping, and she gonna be dancing, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Lil Murda, honey, got stage fright. He can't get a verse out. He mumbling his lyrics. He forgetting the words. He don't know what he doing, right? And of course, they're all there. It's Mercedes, it's his management, it's his DJ, you know, everybody there. And they like, what is going on with this dude? Like, if he go on stage like this, it's going to be a problem. So Mercedes puts everybody out. Excuse me. Mercedes puts everybody out. I mean, I keep saying Mercedes. Mississippi, y'all. Mississippi. I'm talking about Mississippi. And she tells him, she said, listen, you gonna get this together. Like, you not gonna make me look stupid. You not gonna, like, this is my big break, just like it's your big break. So we gonna figure this out. Like, I'm not understanding why you can't get these lyrics together. She's like, you got stage fright or something? He was like, I ain't scared. So she puts everybody out. She makes him get naked, and she makes him rap, and she hypes him up. Like Mississippi, you need to be his manager for real, because and before you know it, he was getting it. I mean, he was doing his lyrics, he was dancing, he was feeling it. Well, not dancing, but you know what I'm saying. He was feeling it. So she getting him ready for the road, honey, ready for the stage. So then we see Uncle Clifford and the sheriff. And the sheriff is bringing Uncle Clifford some paperwork. And he was like, listen, I don't know who the hell you done pissed off, but the mayor is serious. And it ain't really nothing I can do for you, because Uncle Clifford tries to pay him off. And he was like, listen, I can't do nothing for you. I can't take your money. He said, I just need to let you know that tonight, if I see anybody topless and alcohol at the same time, we're going to have to shut it down. So I'm letting you know now, I'm giving you fair warning that it is what it is. And Uncle Clifford was like, for real? So after all this time, after all this money I done given you, you mean to tell me this all you got? Like, you can't. So when the sheriff is getting ready to get back in his car to leave, Autumn pulls up. And she gets out the car, and she's walking into the club, and he sees her, and he recognizes her. And so he looks down at he has one of her missing posters, and he realizes it's the same person. And I was like, oh Lord, here we go, child, here we go. So she goes up into the club, and Uncle Clifford goes in the club, and who's sitting in his office waiting for him? Mercedes. And he gonna get mad at Big L talking about something. He talking about something. What kind of security are you? You anybody just up in my damn office? So, Mississippi's pissed. God damn it, Mercedes is pissed. She's like, so you rocking with Patrice now? Like after what she did to me, after you know how she is to me, this what we doing? And he was like, listen, I get it, I hear it. He said, but I'm trying to save my club. Like I love you, and you know that it's me and you. You know we ride or die till I die. But I'm trying to save my club, and this is all I know how to do to save my club. And she was just like, but Patrice though, he was like, listen, it is what it is. It was what it was. We did what we did. He said, but it don't even matter because it didn't work. He said, I've used up all my he said, I've used up every damn favor that I have in this town. So it doesn't really matter anyway. This is the last night at the Pink, and it is what it is. And Mercedes was like, so she turned from being mad at him to trying to hype him up and was like, don't, this ain't gonna be don't get in your feelings. She was like, if it is the last night, we're gonna make it a night to remember. We're gonna get that money. We're gonna make this shit pop tonight. And he was like, well, I can't do this without my bottom bitch. Like, I need you on that stage. And she was like, I ain't coming back. He was like, come on, like, this is it. Like, it ain't gonna be here. It's going up for auction tomorrow. So, come on now. And so he convinces her. So they have a meeting with with all of the girls, and they hype the girls up, and Mercedes even convinces Autumn to dance one last night, and she was like, go on and call Andre on to come on over here, like, it's the last night, you hitting the road, the paint closing. She was like, you might as well call him over here, get him last little piece, little something, and of course they hyping everybody up, and all the girls are like, yes, let's do this for Uncle Clifford, let's do this for the Pink, let's do it. So, it's like, oh shit, it's about to be a moment, right? And then we see the ladies getting ready, and Mercedes, honey, she gonna dance. We get Mercedes all dressed up and ready to go once again, and honey, they ready to make it. They ready to make it pop and ready to make it happen, right? So, honey, they got posters made, they got everything. They hyping this whole thing up. They hyping the whole situation up, So basically, so all the people that came to see Mercedes the last time will know she gonna be here tonight, honey. She gonna be here tonight. So that night, everybody's at the Paint. The line is down the street, out the door, around the corner. Who comes showing up to come up in the club? That damn Mississippi's boyfriend, honey. He there with his little crew and all that other stuff. And then Lil Murder decides he wants to come and take Uncle Clifford out on a little dizzy date. And Uncle Clifford was like, listen, we ain't got time for all of this. He was like, first of all, somebody might see us. And number two, we ain't even got time for all this. And Murder was like, listen, just chill out. Just come with me. Like, I just want to show you something. And he was like, stop it. Like basically, like, listen, we can't be taking these kind of chances. And Murder's like, just trust me. Just trust me. He done stole Uncle Clifford's car, drove down by the river, and he done put lights and everything in the car. And they sat in the car and they just kind of smoked and talked and, had a date. And then they had sex. Okay. So when they coming back up, Lil Murder's manager sees them. And I was like, oh no, like, I said, oh, this is what it's gonna be. This how he gonna get exposed. This manager, he gonna be jealous and he gonna tell everybody what's going on. Like, I was just like, oh no, right? But that's not even it. He goes to confront Lil Murder, but he knows all about it. He said, listen, you told me that was a one-night thing. Like, you told me that was a one-night stand, but you still hanging out with him. So that make me think that maybe it's more to it than what you telling me. And Lil Murder was like, no, that ain't it. Like, it just is what it is. He was like, stop tripping. And he was like, listen, you got every woman down here that would love to sleep with you. And I don't understand this situation. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I felt some kind of way because I felt like maybe there might have been something that happened between him and the manager. Maybe a one night stand situation. I don't know. But he said, listen, at the end of the day, we got record execs coming here tonight. Like, this could be your big break. And you already know that this ain't going to fly. So I'm going to need you to be more careful. I'm going to need you to nip this shit in the bud so we can get this money, get the fuck up out of here. I was like, oh boy, here we go. So I don't know. That situation didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. It went way left. And I was like, oh, so he know. Okay. So then we have Mississippi and Diamond. And they have a moment. He's talking to her about protecting her because once again, she got bruises and shit, honey. And they about to have a whole moment. They about to kiss and everything. And here come Gidget breaking it up. Gidget talking about she mad because her boyfriend ain't gonna make it to the last dance. Quiet as it's kept. Your boyfriend probably still down to the that hotel with them other hoes cutting up his drugs, but okay. And guess who else shows up to the pank? Montavious. Diamond's man. I mean, Autumn's man. Baby, he shows up. He down to the pank, honey. And guess who else shows up? Andre, right behind him. So Andre goes in and he goes straight to the VIP with Autumn. Like they had already set that thing up. Honey, they in the VIP getting it in. They are getting it in. You know what I mean? And the wife calls. And that brings Autumn back to reality. And she was like, all right, you got to go. Go do what you got to do, And he ends up leaving. He gets to the hotel because she was like, where are you? He was like, I'm at the room. She was like, no, you're not because I'm at the room. And he was like, oh, shit. Okay, well, okay, I'm not at the room. I'm at the bar having a drink. And she was like, okay, well, where are you? I'll meet you down there. And he was like, no, you know what? I'm on my way. Baby, he gets in there, and of course, she ready to fuss. Where you been? What were you doing? Who were you with? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, whatever. Honey, next thing you know, he got her, he between them legs, he kneeling between her and between them legs, giving her something she could feel. And, all that arguing and complaining went right up out the door after that. And, he gave it to her, quick, fast, and in a hurry, got up off of her and ran to the shower. I said, you nasty bitch. Just nasty. Anyway. But back down to the club, Mercedes is, Gidget confronts Mississippi's boyfriend and basically tells him, you ain't shit. You're going to stop putting your hands on her. And I'm going to eventually convince her to leave you. One way or another, I'm going to convince her to leave you. And he was like, whatever. She ain't going nowhere. And you need to mind your damn business. And, of course, Gidget ain't feeling that. So next thing you know, we see Mercedes sliding up to the new guy. Who was the new guy? Montavious. Okay. And he ain't even thinking about her. She tried to put her arm around him and try to hit him with the, hey, how you doing tonight? And he was like, yeah, I'm not really interested. But I would like to meet her. And he points at Autumn because Autumn's up on the stage, honey, doing her little fake pole dancing, child. And of course, immediately Mercedes thinks it's about, you want my light bright friend? Oh, that's what it is. She immediately feels like it's about the color, not realizing that there's a whole history there, child. So Mercedes calls Autumn over. And Autumn, she walks up, and when she sees Montavious, honey, she stops dead in her damn tracks. And, he basically like, I want to go to the VIP. So they get into the VIP. Now, while all this is going on, we see Murder walking to the stage. So he on his way to the stage while Autumn. Next thing you know, they get into that back bed. They get into that back room, that VIP. And she was like, I shot you. He was like, well, you ain't do a good enough job. Now, where's my money? And that's where it ends. So, I don't know, y'all. That's where we left off. We're going to see what we're going to see next week. It's the last episode. It is the season finale. Woo! Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.